SOC manager will identify. So maybe these people are not able to do so full technical related SOC operations. That's why 2 or 3 members dedicatedly they will allocate to phishing email investigations. Whenever any phishing email will come, only these 2 or 3 people will prioritize and they will do investigations. So, but most of the organizations, they will follow this process. But even SOC operations also, couple of companies. So everybody has to do every incident. So that is different. Based on which company you are selecting, it matters. Okay, once that particular phishing email is coming to the respective employee or end user or group of users, what exactly we have to do investigation. So take a domain and go to different types. If you are using email gateway, directly you can go to email gateway. In case if you are not using email gateway, you can go to either virustotal.com or maybe MX tool or maybe IP wide or maybe Cisco Talos. So then you have to check the reputation of the domain. Maybe example, consider one of the email is coming from test.cts.com. So we want to identify at the rate after that, whatever, x.y at the rate of test.cts.com. Okay. So test.cts.com is the domain name. Take this domain name and go to tools like MX tool or IP wide or virustotal.com. So what are the different types of tools we will use for do the domain validation? MX tool, IP wide, Cisco Talos, and also we have virustotal.com, but most popular one is virustotal.com. And now check the reputation of the domain, nothing but test.cts.com. So example, take this one now. Go to MX tool and click on online domain tools. So now we have multiple options are available. So example, super tool, MX lookup, so block list, DMARC, diagnostics, email health, DNS lookup, analyze headers. So last week when we are checking, that time it is not showing email address option, but today it is showing email address option as well. That means whoever is maintaining this website, so they are continuously developing the features, additional features. Okay, so just you can paste this particular test.cts.com. First of all, what is CTS? It's a Cognizant. It's one of the American MNC company. They are providing consulting and services all over worldwide. Okay, so click on now, check domain health. So 0 errors. Yeah, still is. Still it is running. So now click on this one. 4 warnings and 5 errors are came. So no DMARC record found. No DMARC record found. So primary names are not listen at parent and no SPF record found. No H. So now what is the conclusion from this one? Sender policy framework is not configured. So HTTP related remote server is not able to connect properly. So DMARC policy also not configured. So whether it is a genuine email or it's a phishing email domain. Anyone? So based on this particular report, reputation or validation, so now we can conclude that it's a malicious domain. Okay, maybe you are feeling it's a you are not able to understand exactly what is meant by that one. So then you can go to another tool as well. So now where is the option is available? Which option we have to go?
URL.
URL, domain name. So URL is nothing but www.google.com. But what we have taken? Search button. Yeah. So a search button, you can see URL, IP address, domain or file hash. So here you can paste now test.cts.com and click on enter. So test.cts.com, it's not at all existing. Okay. So maybe now it is showing as a, now you can see, now it is showing as a 0/94 vendors. It's a clean one. So MX tool is saying that no DMARC policy configured, no SPF card is policy is configured. Now virustotal.com is showing as a everything is a clean. Now what you can conclude from this one? So virustotal.com is saying that everything is a clean. You can see clean, clean, clean. This domain is a clean. But so based on this particular one, so nothing but MX tool verification or validation. So it is showing that no DMARC is bound and no DNS or no SPF record is bound. Now, based on the here itself, two contradictory results, two contradictory reports. MX tool is giving one of the report and virustotal.com is giving one of the report. Which one you can finalize now? Anyone?
We will have to go with another one.
Another one also giving some other results after that.
As they are open source, if it is commercial, it will be giving good results, I think.
Okay, so that's correct. So if you have commercial tools, that's fine. Okay, we can go to commercial and we can verify. In case if you're not using commercial email security gateways or email security solution in that scenario, what will you do?
Apart from domain validation, other like header analysis we will be doing.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. But here, what is the conclusion now? So in that scenario, what you have to do, you have to coordinate with, so whoever is managing SMTP server. So that particular domain, whether they configured in past, is there any sender policy framework or maybe DMARC policy is enabled or not? So if you're contacting SMTP server or Exchange server, or maybe even Outlook 365 or Office 365 or UCS team, then they will provide more information. So a couple of times, even you have to coordinate whenever you are doing phishing email investigation, couple of times you have to coordinate with so our firewall team and also Office 365 team or maybe email server or SMTP server team to get more details. Then you can conclude. So you are right. So additionally, also we have to do other analysis as well. So now what is the conclusion here now? So if it is a whitelisted one, so there are two options here now, option 1 and option 2. Based on the reputation check and based on the analysis, based on the validation, and after speaking with respect to our SMTP server team, finally, if they will say it's a malicious domain, then we have to block this one if it is a malicious domain. So what we have to do? If it's a malicious domain name you identified after doing the reputation check or validation check, what will you do?
We have to block it.
We have to block. Where we have to block?
DNS.
We have to block in the DNS server, only in DNS server.
Proxy.
Proxy, okay, proxy.
Firewall.
So if you are using email gateway, in the email gateway also we can block, even in SMTP server also. If you have access, you can go and you can block. Otherwise, you have to raise a separate ticket to the respective teams. Then they will go and they will block. Okay. So next one is option 2. If it is a genuine or legitimate, if it is legitimate, After doing the reputation check, what will you do? If it is legitimate domain name, what we have to do? We have to do further investigation. It's not like only one validation. We have to conclude it's a phishing email or not. So further investigation. So this is called domain validation. So it's a common for every phishing email. So next one is IP address validation. So second one is IP address validation. So what are the different types of tools we have to use? VirusTotal.com. What else? MX tool. So Cisco Talos. In case if you are using any commercial tool in an organizational level, wherever you are selecting and wherever you are onboarding, it's fine. You can use that tools as well. Okay. So IP wide and so on. So now option 1. So this already we discussed. It's a part of which investigation? IP address validation. We already discussed 1 week back. Not 1 week, maybe 3 or 4 days back.
Brute force.
Yes, brute force attack. 1.1.1.1. So now example, you can go to respect to virustotal.com. So now you can search and give example that phishing email is coming is from 1.1.1 and click on search button. Now it is showing 4/95. So 4 malicious vendors showing as it's a malicious one. If you are using any threat intelligence or commercial tools, it's fine. You can go and check there itself. So there are 2 options here now after verifying the reputation check. One is legitimate, second one illegitimate IP address. Okay, what the conclusion now? If it is a legitimate IP address, what will you do? Legitimate.
Further analysis.
Further analysis. Yes. So option 2. If it is illegitimate, illegitimate opposite is illegitimate.
We have to block
IP
it.
address. So we have to block. Where we have to block?
Firewall and proxy.
Firewall and
Proxy.
no proxy. We cannot block IP address. But first priority always we have to prioritize in the firewall itself. Okay. Always IP address blocking we have to do in the firewall. In Fortinet firewall, where we have to block?
Email server.
In Fortinet firewall, where we have to block IP address. If I will give now Fortinet firewall to you, are you able to block IP address or not? So example, so you onboard in my company. I will say, okay, so X, could you please go and block this IP address in the firewall? Are you able to do this one? Yes or no? Yes or no? Just you can say, that's fine.
Yes, we can block.
So where you can block?
Access list.
Access list. The access list option is available in the firewall. How many people went on the Fortinet firewall, Fortinet demo firewall? Did you play with the tool? Class are going to finish it by within a week. But you don't know how to block IP address in the firewall. So we have to log into firewall. We have to go to the policies and objects tab is available. Okay. So under the policies and objects tab, source zone, destination zone, source IP, destination IP, application, action, so security profile. So this is the rule configuration in the Fortinet firewall. Now we have to go and we have to block. So what is the source zone here? What is source zone? 1.1.1.1. What is the source zone?
External.
Untrust or external. Destination zone,
Internal.
internal or trust. Source IP. What is the IP address? Just now we have seen 1.1.1. Destination IP 10.10.10.1. Only one user can block the phishing email.
No, sir. Many. Yes.
Not many, any.
Okay.
So we have seen any option is available. Any.
Okay.
Destination IP is any. Application.
Yes, sir.
Application. Mails. How it will come? Mails.
SMTP.
SMTP. Action.
Block.
Yes. Security profiles.
Security.
Whether we have to enable or not. What are the different security profiles we will configure in Fortinet firewall?
Enable, disable.
Security profiles.
Antivirus.
Antivirus.
Web monitoring.
Web monitoring or web control.
Application control.
Application control.
IP filtering.
IP filtering.
DNS filtering.
DNS filtering.
IDS IPS.
IDS IPS.
Proxy.
Proxy. File blocking. Wi-Fi blocking. And also last one, web application firewall. Perfect, Karishma. Appreciate for that one.
Thank you.
So these are all the security profiles we have to configure. For blocking related, whether we have to enable any security profile. For blocking something in a policy when you're configuring the Fortinet firewall or Palo Alto firewall or Cisco firewall or Juniper firewall, whether we have to enable any security profile. Yes or no, at least?
Yes, sir.
We have to enable or not?
We have to enable.
No, it's not required. For blocking something, already we are blocking, that email is coming, already maybe you're accessing some of the application, already blocking. For blocking related things, there is no need to enable anything. Only for allowing thing only. So we have to do antivirus scanning, IDS scanning, IPS scanning, DNS scanning, file blocking scanning, okay, Wi-Fi scanning, web application firewall scanning, and so on. Anyway, we are blocking that particular connection itself from source to destination. Already packet is dropping and TCP three-way handshake is completely not allowed. Then how the connection will be established from external to internal? Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. For blocking activity or blocked activity, there is no need to enable any security profiles when you're configuring the firewall policies. If you want, you can go and listen class once again.
Okay.
So we discussed all these things. Okay. So we have to go to firewall and we have to block IP address in the firewall. That is the second option. So that is about second validation. So third validation. What is third validation? We have to do header analyzer. So every email contains the header analyzer in the format of HTML programming language. So I will show you practically now. Give me some time. So we have to take the header analyzer. If you are using the commercial tools related to email gateway, that may be Proofpoint or Ironport or maybe Mimecast or maybe Trions or Palo Alto and so on, all of these. Then you can copy paste and you can analyze what is the sender policy framework, what is the DMARC and what is DKIM and what is the, so domain keys and what is DNS record published or not. Okay, I will show you practical, give you some time. So coming back, in case if you don't have any commercial tools, then go and check MX tool. Then which tab we have to go now? Which tab we have to go now?
Header analysis.
Analyze header. Yes, this option we have to go. And copy paste that HTML programming language of the content and you can paste it here. Give me, it is behaving abnormal way. Yeah. So copy paste this header here. Now analyze the header, we have to click. So where we can identify header in the email?
Show original will be there, sir. In the
That is in the Gmail.
email. Gmail.
Yes. What about in the Outlook? Okay, I will show you. Don't worry. So example, maybe HDFC Bank, I received one of the email. So if you want to see the entire email, as Gafur said, so click on these three dots, and click on more and show original. So this is about overall. This is called analyze header analysis, everything. Okay, so this one. Now, whatever theoretical we said, now we can go and we can see practical. Okay, so now example hdfcbank.net. What is the first thing we said? What is the first thing we said? Domain validation, right? So example, this email, whatever I received from HDFC Bank, HDFC Bank instant alerts at the rate of hdfcbank.net. In this one, what is the domain name?
HDFC Bank.
What is the domain name?
HDFC Bank.
HDFCbank.net.
HDFCbank.net.
Yeah, this is the total overall domain name now. Even you can see sender policy framework is a past already, DKM is a past, and DMARC is past. Okay, already it is a past in our Gmail server. Okay, so everything is a past means there is no need to verify first of all. So in case if it's showing as a fail, and if you want to check the, okay, that's fine, we can go and we can see.
Super tool.
So domain name, so paste it here, and you can see MX lookup. Couple of times what will happen, so these tool also will give wrong result. That's why we have to verify with our company team also. What I mean, XN server team or SMTP server team. So even our tool also saying DMARC is already published, it's a pass. Even DMARC policy, it's a pass. DNS record is a published. So based on this information, what you can conclude now? It's a
Whitelist.
legitimate domain or it's a illegitimate domain?
Legitimate.
domain.
Legitimate domain. As per the investigation, if it is a legitimate domain, what we have to do?
Further analysis. Or
Further analysis or further investigation. What is further investigation we said?
IP address.
IP address. Now go back to the original email. What is the IP address here? What is the IP address?
123.108.43.260.
Yes, take this IP address. Now which tool we can go? We can go to virustroller.com. So now 0/94. So whether it's legitimate or illegitimate?
Legitimate.
Yeah, legitimate. So what you can conclude from this one?
It's whitelisted.
It's a whitelisted one. And what, as per the investigation process, what we have to do?
We have to do further analysis. Further
Further
investigation.
analysis. If it is a legitimate IP address, we have to go for further analysis. So next one, what is the final analysis we have to do?
Header.
Header analyzer. Go back to original email. And this is called header analyzer. Everything, this is the HTML format. It's one of the interview question also. Will you do manual header analysis or will you use automated tools like a ProPoint or Ironport or Mimecast or Office 365 ATP on Trians and so on? What the answer will you provide? I will provide manual analysis. Whenever they will say something automated vulnerabilities or this is already we discussed a part of vulnerability management as well. Will you do manual vulnerability analysis or will you do automated tools, whatever it is provided? That time itself we discussed. Same thing is applicable to here also. Always we have to go to manual. Okay. So now copy this one and go back to which tool now? Which tool we have to go now? Header analysis purpose.
MX tool.
MX tool. Where is the option is available?
Analyze
Analyze the header. and paste header here and analyze header. So DMARC compliant, SPF alignment compliant, SPF authenticated, nothing but integrity of the person or integrity of the user. Who is the integrity of the user? He sent it HDFC Bank. Okay, DKM alignment is a pass. DKM authentication is also pass. So everything is a pass now. So now header analysis, based on this header analysis, what did you identify? Header analyzer. So analyze the header related to DKIM, SPF, DMARC, and see whether repetition is passed or failed. So now overall analysis wise, whatever email I received, whether it's a phishing email or not. Whatever email I received, this one.
It is not phishing.
Not phishing email.
It is not a phishing email. This is overall analysis we have to do. Okay, that's fine. In the Gmail, okay, fine. We will open the email and we can click on the 3 dots and we will analyze the, we can click on show original and we'll receive total overall email related to entire information. Sender, receiver, and also IP address, domain, sender policy framework, DMARC, DKM, written path also is available. So just you can give Control F and type written path. So you can see here written path. So this is the written path. So written path always. So either sender or email, sender or receiver email should be there. If it is showing us something is other than the sender or receiver email address, we have to suspect this one as a phishing email. Clear? So either sender or receiver email address should be there in the written path as well. This verification also we have to do. It's one of the interview question, guys. So everything is fine. IP address is fine. Domain address is fine. In the header analyzer, what field you will verify? What the answer? What the answer? A written path. What the answer is here? You have to say written path. I will analyze whether it is correctly is showing in the header or not.
Sir, if
Domain
if it is not same, what we can conclude, sir?
We can conclude we have to suspect that one is a phishing email. That's what I said. Okay. So this is overall analysis. Now coming back Outlook. In the Gmail, you know where to identify overall entire email header as well as the body and content of the email. What about Outlook? Anyone? Example. Now, okay. So I will open now I'm the interviewer now. So I'll open this email. 1 second. So now I will ask maybe Gafur or maybe Karishma or maybe Suprita or maybe whoever it may be. So can you identify this email is a phishing email or not? What will you do?
Three dots.
I am the interviewer now. I am the interviewer now. Okay. So now you are attending the interviewer. Sometimes, as I said several times, they will share the screen and so they will ask, okay, please say whether this email is a phishing email or not. Because couple of times they tested this one as well, whether you are a real or fake, whether you know analysis or not. So most of the cases, foreigners, they will ask this type of questions. So now you can give the instructions. I will go and do the analysis on behalf of you.
Domain analysis first.
Okay, domain analysis. Okay, where is the domain here now?
Total dot class Asian.net.
Okay,
No,
so
no,
this this is the domain name. So I have to take, okay, that's domain name. That's fine. After that,
You have to do it in the MX tool or total virus.
okay, that's fine. We have done the validation later.
If it is whitelisted,
Okay, you completed the domain validation. It's a fine. It's a legitimate later. Second step.
second step, we have to do IP analysis. IP.
Where is IP? Where is IP address here?
IP address.
This is the way now couple of interns practically they will expect.
Sir, beside forward, if there
Okay.
are 3 dots.
Okay.
Share the team meeting reply.
Did you listen my attacks in the network attacks? I mean network attacks.
Yes, sir.
So that time I already told this discussion as well. Where we have to identify header analyzer. Okay, IP address is not there. What about header?
అక్కడికి click on red flag, sir.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
I said I'm not sure how many people properly listen my class.
report
arrow
message
mark
beside that there will be here.
So in
Like
middle
this.
of the email in the Outlook, one arrow mark will be there. You have to click on this arrow mark. This is what I said. Okay.
Sir, can you show it again, sir, please?
So I opened the email now. This is the phishing email or not? I am the interviewer, as I said. You have to identify now. You have to provide the instructions now.
Okay.
You are putting maybe 3 years experience or 4 years experience or 6 years experience. Don't you know where the header option is available?
Okay.
So now you have
Beside
to say, yeah, so domain is fine because it's well and good. In the email itself, it's showing as a domain name. But what about to analyze the header? So
Beside
this
fine.
arrow mark is, yeah, this you have to provide. Please click on the arrow button in the middle of the content of the email. Now, whoever is taking the interview, that guy already know what are you conveying to him. He will understand. Now take this one, click on this one now. So this is called analyze header. It's clear now. Where we have to take the header in the Outlook. Why I'm saying specifically Outlook? Because it's very popular in the market right now. Almost 90% of the organization, they are using Outlook Office 365 only from Microsoft.
How about IP, sir? IP address?
So IP address couple of times in the header itself, it will be provided. In case you are not able to provide the IP header, then we have to speak with our Outlook Office 365 team, where the email is coming from. First, you can go and you can verify whether IP address is available. In case IP address is not available, so what you have to do? You have to speak with Exchange server team or Office 365 team or SMTP server team. It's a clear or not? So
Yeah,
now
clear,
take
sir.
this. Yeah, take this one. Now you have to give to the interview all these instructions. So copy paste internet header and go back to the respective MX tool and click on analyze header. You have to give all these instructions.